so soon?
Wash him. Yes, Mr. Crackerby.
Hey, Pop, what's all the excitement? A new gusher come in?
Take a look at that.
Master Hobart Crackerby, your presence is requested at a party celebrating the 9th birthday of Myra Carlisle. Saturday, 1 p.m. Mrs. Irma Carlisle.
Myra Carlisle.
Of the Carlisles. Little Hobie's busted through. He's going to Myra Carlisle's birthday party.
In a towel?
Suit him up. Yes, Mr. Crackerby. St. John, the boy is making his debut. What I want to know, is he ready?
No.
Yes.
He's the tutor.
Hobart can eat ice cream and cake with the best of them.
Hey, maybe it'll turn out the best of them aren't that much better.
Well, maybe so, honey. But when I get you kids in, you can decide for yourselves if you want to stay. At least you'll have found out the difference between us and people like the Carlisles.
Oh, I can tell you that, sir. The Carlisles pay their bills with old money.
Well, I'm not waiting around for mine to get moldy. Turn around. Is that what all the kids will be wearing?
Oh, half of them anyway. The other half will be in dresses.
Okay. That's the way I want him to look on Saturday. Yes, Mr. Crackerby.
I ain't going.
I am not going.
That makes two of us, Singe. I ain't going to no party for nobody on Saturday. I shall not attend any party on Saturday.
Thank you, Hobart.
It ain't just any party. It's Myra Carlisle's birthday.
So I'll go next year. He thinks he's irresistible. If you turn her down this time, you'll never get invited again. Hard cheese.
Pop, why don't you send Junior instead? Myra will never notice.
I wonder. Hobart, how well do you know her?
She's in love with me.
She'll notice.
What makes you think she's in love with you?
She pushed me off the dock.
She hates you.
She threw me a life preserver.
Hobart, I'll ask you one more time. Will you go to that birthday party?
Nope.
I'll have to make it an order.
Okay, but you're gonna louse up Myra's birthday.
He means it. When he gets through, the Crackerbys will be persona non grata. That's Latin.
Well, what's Latin for I'm going to feed him to the lions? That's what I'm going to do. Send you and see if you can reason with this party pooper.
Hobart? What are you doing Saturday?
Helping Eddie Malone take care of his Griffin.
It's Griffin.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what a griffin is?
Do you?
Uh-huh.
Then tell me.
You mean you've never seen this Griffin of Eddie's?
Uh-uh.
Well, then how do you play with him?
Well, I don't exactly. Well, Eddie tells me when he's around and what he's doing. I don't know. With Eddie, it's fun, even if I can't see it.
Well, the only griffin I ever saw was in a book of Greek mythology. And according to the legend, it was half lion and half eagle.
That's what Eddie's is. That's why he needs me to help him. We're going to give it a bath. Try to explain to Pop, will you?
Oh, yeah.
Well, how'd you come out?
Well, it seems that Hobart has a prior commitment. He's giving Eddie Malone's Griffin a bath.
Is what?
The little snob really gets around. First the John Vincent Carlisles, and now the Thurston Farquhar Malones.
Eddie Malone.
I was referring to his father.
His father's named Joe. He runs a live bait boat.
A live bait boat. Ugh.
You're helping Eddie Malone with his what?
His Griffin. We're going to give it a bath.
You know, I haven't had too much experience with griffins, but I seem to recall they're none too keen on baths.
Is that a fact, Serge?
Yeah, so it wouldn't make much difference if you gave the Griffin a bath another day, would it?
Well, I'll have to talk to Eddie about that.
Never mind, Eddie. You talk to me. I got a proposition for you. Hobart, how much interest are you paying me on your oil leases?
You know how much. 20%.
You go to that birthday party, I'll knock it down to 10.
Well, the terms are pretty good.
Well,
Nah, I'd rather play with Eddie's Griffin.
Hobart, how would you like to have a Griffin of your own?
Griffin of his own.
Put me on, aren't you, Pop?
No, you go to that birthday party and you got yourself a Griffin, and that's a promise.
Can I have it in writing?
That handshake is good at any bank in the world. Ought to be good enough for you.
You got a deal. Can I get out of this sissy suit now?
You sure can.
You just made a deal, but you can't deliver.
What did you say?
Well, you can't buy a Griffin because...
Don't tell me I can't nothing. People used to say he can't run a business that way. Then when I made $1 million, they said his luck can't last. Then when I finally reached $100 million, they said, oh, he can't hang on to it. Well, now that I'm well fixed, I don't hold with people telling me that I can't.
But, Mr. Crackerby, you can't...
Say that word.
But you...
Let's get on with the business of buying a Griffin.
Okay, Chief, what's up?
Slim, Operation Griffin.
Griff?
That's what I said. Want you to go out and buy me a nice Griffin. I'll give you plenty of time on this one, 10 minutes.
Any particular size?
Full grown. But he's got to be housebroke. He's a present for Hobart.
Oh, sure. Well, one Griffin on its way.
Griffin, that's in Georgia, isn't it? Don't tell me he wants to buy a whole town. Oh, an animal. Well, why didn't you say so? Try some pet shops.
There's not a pet shop that's got one.
That's odd. Let me discuss it with an expert. Yes, I see. Mr. Macomber, thank you very much, Mr. Macomber. Very good of you to take the time. Mr. Crackerby will appreciate it. Goodbye now. That's a Griffin.
Yes, sir. Part lion, part eagle. Imagine Mr. Crackerby wants to buy a mythical animal. I think somebody's been pulling his leg.
Would you like to tell him so?
Oh, no, sir.
Yeah? What do you mean you can't get me a Griffin? Can't you get it through your head that I never want to hear the word can't?
Listen, okay, have you got an encyclopedia there?
An encyclopedia? Of course we got one around here. Why should I look on page 888?
Because there's an article about griffins on page 888.
If I want to learn the history of griffins, I'll ask the boy wonder from Yale. That's what I overpay him for.
Harvard.
Never mind, I'll do it myself. What's the name of that boy that's got the griffin?
Oh, Eddie Malone.
Get him.
Yes, sir, Mr. Crackerby. All right, sir. Oh, how long on this one, sir?
A half a... Get him.
With the greatest of pleasure. I can't wait to see the richest man in the world dickering with a 10-year-old boy for a pet griffin.
When I get the griffin's engine, you're going to give him a bath.
If you get a griffin, I'll give him a bath.
A griffin. He wants to buy a griffin. Well, on the other hand, why not? You said this, Mr.
Crackerby.
You said he was rich.
Oh, Miss Shepherd, he is known as the rich man's rich man.
Well, there you are. I mean, what else would you give a man who has everything? But, isn't an elementary school an odd place to hunt griffin?
Oh, not at all. Any griffin stalker will tell you they're often found around small boys.
Most small boys outgrow their fantasies. Do you mean to tell me that this buffoon really believes there are griffins?
I don't want to give you the wrong impression of Mr. Crackerby. Unlettered, yes. Buffoon, no. Anyway, how do you tell the world's richest man that there's something he can't buy?
I've never had to face that problem, Mr. Quincy. But I suppose you just take a deep breath and tell him.
Oh, I've tried, Miss Shepherd. Believe me, I've tried. But he'll settle for nothing less than full embarrassment. I guess you'll have to get the full story from the griffin owner.
Oh, Eddie Malone, no doubt.
The teller of tall tales, no doubt.
Oh, he's really a wonderful boy. A little overly imaginative, but what would you expect? His mother's dead, and well, that father of his.
Yeah, what about him?
Well, he's too busy.
Too busy for what?
For everything. For Eddie, for me. Mr. Quincy, I'm afraid we're heading into personal matters I'd rather not go into.
What's the delay, St. John?
In case you weren't sure, this is Mr. Crackerby, Miss Laura Shepherd, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
How do you do?
Well, if school teachers had looked like you when I was a boy, I'd have showed up once in a while. Could I have a word with the boy?
Certainly. Eddie? Eddie, I think this gentleman would like to buy your griffin.
Boy, do you know who I am?
Sure, Hobart's old man.
That's right, boy. Tell me, what would you take for your griffin?
Cash or trade?
Your choice.
Trade.
How about a nice little oil well?
You stay out of this. How about a half a ton of lollipops?
Oh, now that's ridiculous. Would you permit your children to eat that much candy? Why, think of all the cavities.
I'll throw in a lifetime supply of toothpaste.
Hold out for your own dentist, Eddie.
Would you trade your griffin, say, for a nice riding pony?
A real live riding pony?
Yes, and a saddle.
Boy, I'd sure like to. Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Why not?
I can't do it, that's all.
That's enough, Mr. Crackerby. Leave the boy alone.
What's wrong? I'm offering him a good deal.
He said he doesn't want to trade his griffin, and that's the end of it.
Miss Shepherd, are you the boy's guardian?
No, of course I'm not.
Then with all due respect, I'll ask you to attend your own business.
This is my classroom, and Eddie is my student. You, Mr. Crackerby, are an interloper.
Don't forget, you gave me permission to talk to the boy.
Then I'm withdrawing that permission.
On the grounds that you're a woman and you can change your mind without any grounds?
Because I will not have you bullying a small boy.
Bullying him? Well, I've got 3 kids of my own.
Unfortunately, I'm in no position to protect them.
Eddie and I can transact our business some other where. Eddie! Eddie! Eddie!
What do you think he'll do now?
Probably by the school.
I mean, do you think he'll pester the boy?
Well, until he discovers there are no griffins in this world. What are you going to do?
I'm seriously thinking of pushing Mr. Big off a pier.
Doesn't the teacher's concern end when a student leaves the classroom?
No. Well, I mean, yes. All right, I'm concerned for Eddie because he needs a mother and he doesn't have one.
Well, why don't you just let Malone know that you're available?
Why don't you tend to your own business?
Sorry. Was it tough? Your old man is pretty big and stubborn. Yeah, mostly stubborn. What about yours? What about him? Ever tell him about your Griffin? He's a grown-up. Yeah. I never should have shot my mouth off. That's all right. Maybe your old man will give up. No. But remember when he says, "See here, boy, I want that Griffin." You just don't say nothing. Yeah, that's what I'll say. Eddie, do you have your Griffin with you? Of course not. You know Miss Shepard won't let me take it to school.
Tell you the truth, Mr. Crackerby, I didn't even know the boy had a Griffin.
They seem to have the only one in these parts. That's why I'm willing to pay a very good price for him.
Well, we sure could use it. How about it, Eddie? He doesn't want to sell.
Well, you haven't even heard how much I'm willing to offer.
We haven't even heard how much he's willing to offer. He still won't sell.
Well, suppose you just tell the boy that you're going to sell the Griffin. You are his father.
Well, that's true.
Well,
Son, suppose I tell you I've decided to sell the Griffin.
Buy Griffin.
Well, he's got us there.
now, I've got to have that Griffin. I need him badly. I made a promise. Now, do I make myself clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You certainly do.
Well,
Well, I'll see what I can do. Son, Mr. Crackerby has just got to have that Griffin. He made a promise, see, and he needs it, and you still won't sell it.
I need it too.
Well, he's got us there.
name your price.
You want to name your price, son?
No.
He doesn't want to name his price.
Why not?
Why not?
I haven't got a price.
He hasn't got a price.
Everybody's got to have a price.
Everybody's got to have a price.
I don't got to have nothing.
He says he doesn't got to have nothing.
I heard him. Sounds like me.
See what I'm up against?
All right. Forget about buying the animal. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
I'll just borrow him. Sure. I'll still give the boy anything he wants. Anything, only I'll just borrow the animal. Now, I can't be more reasonable than that, can I?
No, sir, you sure can't.
All right.
Son, how about it, Eddie? Man just wants to borrow the Griffin. I guess we can go that far, can't we?
Nope.
Nope.
Why not?
Why not?
Same reason I can't sell him.
Same reason they can't sell him.
Which is?
Which is?
Which is I don't want to.
He's got us again.
Where did he learn to be so stubborn? From that school teacher?
Now, wait a minute, Mr. Crackerby. You're a guest in my place. It sounds as if you're about to say something bad about Miss Shepard. If you were to do a thing like that, I'd just have to throw you out.
Well, I'm glad you people came. You just saved me from serious injury.
Mr. Crackerby.
Hold it, St. John. If you don't mind, I'd like to finish my deal.
Deal? So, you're selling out?
Well, wait a minute.
Oh, I'm sure he'll pay well. He can afford to.
I sure can.
You stay out of this.
Mr. Crackerby, there's something...
You stay out of this.
Does Eddie want to sell his Griffin? Did you even consult him?
Well, no, Well, yes, I mean,
All right, Joe. Go ahead. Make your deal. But I'd just like to ask one question. What are little boys' dreams selling for these days?
Laura, wait.
Eddie, you stay here. I've got to have somebody to do business with.
Still want to do business?
Sure. Why not?
All right. Eddie, you sit here. And Mr. Crackerby, if you would step outside, please. I don't want the boy to hear. Take a look at that.
Why didn't you tell me?
When were you ever ready to listen?
Well, I bought a few imaginary oil wells in my time. I guess it wouldn't do no harm to pick myself up a Griffin. Eddie! Eddie, come out here. Eddie, come out here. Let's dicker. Eddie, old-timer, you know, I'm going to level with you. Do you know why it is that I want your Griffin? Because it's the best kind, the rarest kind. It's an imaginary Griffin. Now, why don't you sell him to me?
Mr. Crackerby, you understand my Griffin, and I think you'd take good care of it. And if I were going to sell it to anybody, I'd sell him to you.
Now, don't you?
I can't.
Why?
He's going to have puppies.
Eddie, you got to make me a promise. When those puppies arrive, I get the pick of the litter, okay? Yeah. Look, do we own a boatyard or something like that around here?
Just a minute, boss. I'll check it for you. No, boss. No boatyard in Palm Beach.
But it'd buy one.
One boatyard.
Yeah, I've got a fella here to run it. A man by the name of Malone. He's a nice, sturdy type fella. Gonna marry some wise guy school teacher. Well, I just thought I'd do that.
It's nice to see how a really tough businessman operates.
Hello, Slim, you still there?
Yeah, boss. I'm still here.
Say, Slim, what happened to that Griffin?
Well, we're working on it. Just a minute. How long is this going to take? Let me put it like this, boss. It's in the works.
I'll give you 2 more days. Now, keep after it. I want it right away.
Hi, Daisy.
Where are you going?
Mara Carlisle's birthday party.
Even though I didn't get you the Griffin?
Oh, Pop, there's no such thing as a Griffin.